Have you ever wanted to add a bit of realism or the 3D vibe to your buttons in your websites? Well, by the end of this video, you will know how to create a realistic 3D button like this in Framer. Stay tuned till the end of this video to get the actual component made by me during this video with the bonus dark variant. I'm Umar from Umar on Framer. Let's get right into it. Alright, the way we are going to go about this is from the innermost layer to the outermost layer. I have a page set up right over here. What I'm gonna do is click T and write the text of the button. So connect. And let's edit the text settings here. Let's make it 15. Let's make it a bit tighter. Okay, and just let me adjust some text values. Okay, so this is our text layer right over here. Let me add a nice color here. So, all right, so I've landed on this color right over here. You can copy the hex code. And yeah, let's make work with this. I would also use a medium as the font weight. Okay, so this is our innermost layer, the exact text of the button. I'm going to wrap it in a stack. So add stack. This stack is going to be basically the container, the text container. It will have a fill as well. So let's call it text container. All right, let's make it fit on both width and height. Gap 0, we don't want any gap. There won't be any multiple items inside. And yeah, and also on the text itself, you should add use select none because you don't want people to select the text from your button. Okay, back to the text container. This will have a fill. Okay, so this is the fill color that I'm choosing for the text container. You can see right over here behind the text. And this section will also have some padding. So let's add some padding around the text here in the text container. So 12 on top, then on right 16, bottom 12, and then 16 on that as well. Okay, good enough. Let's add some border radius as well. Let's make it so it will be 11. I'm choosing 11 because of a very specific reason, which will be revealed to you later once we get to the other layers. But I'm choosing 11 right now. And I'm going to add a squircle style as well. So I like squircles, so I'm going to add 60% value of the squircle here. So it has a nice rounded shape, our button here. So yeah, that's a text container. And now I'm going to add another stack. So add stack, fit height, fit width, no gap. And on this container, we will have our stroke basically. We will, because Framer doesn't allow yet to have like gradient strokes or gradient radii. We are going to kind of we are going to hack it by actually giving a fill to the stroke container, a gradient fill to the stroke container, and add a bit of padding to the stroke container itself so that it looks like the stroke container, which is kind of containing this text container, has the stroke has a stroke around it. So that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to add a padding of 1 inside, and adding a padding of 1 after adding the padding of 1 to the stroke container. This means that we have this little, you see this little gap here, that's going to act like a stroke. So this will have a border radius of 12. Now, the text container had a border radius of 11. So that's why I gave the stroke container a border radius of 12. Why? Because it's a rule that the outer radius, the value of the outer radius has to be equal to the inner radius plus the padding. So inner radius was 11 and the padding is 1, so 11 plus 1 is 12. So the stroke container will have a radius of 12. I'm going to add a squircle to this as well. So squircle, and then 60% circle to this as well. And yeah, now we're going to add the fill, the gradient fill here. And now you're going to see how the gradient fill makes a good stroke. I need to choose the proper colors here. And so the first color for the gradient is this one right over here. You can see the hex code over here. It's on top, it's 0%. And then the second one should be the same fill as your text container. So I just copied the fill of the text container and put it as this fill, right, as this color right over here for the second color in the gradient on 100%. Yeah, so this kind of, now you can see due to the padding, this gives the look of a stroke around our button. Okay, so yeah, that's stroke. And after that, we will add another stack. And this stack will basically determine, actually be the button itself, the button holder. So let's call it just the button. And this one will have a few a couple of drop shadows, a couple of drop shadows to give it the realistic feel. So I'll go to shadows, and you want to have it at box. You're going to have at box shadows, position outside, because again, there will be that realistic effect. So for the first one, what you want to do is the color to be black, but add like 10%. And the Y should be like 2, and blur should be 4. That's the first shadow. The second shadow you should add should have like the same color black, but at 16%. X and Y should be 0 both, and the blur should be 0 as well. All you need is a spread of 1. So yeah, that's how it should go. Okay, so shadows added. Now it's time to round the corners of the button stack. So we're gonna do 12 because it will wrap around the whole button, which is already at 12, the stroke container, and then add the squircle, so 60%. Okay, there you have it, a realistic 3D button. Now to add a couple more settings, what you could do is you could make it a component. So you could choose, so you can create a component for this, create component. And yeah, and then you can, add some link settings here, and also, tweak these settings. And what you can do also is add a hover variant. So on hover, what I just want would maybe to just darken it a bit on like hover. So what I will do is go to my text container, and what I'll do is just pull this number, this color, a few points down, like just subtly like this. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the stroke container for these colors. Just pull them a bit lower. So since this the second color for the gradient was the same as the fill for the text container, I'm just gonna copy that same one and paste it here. So now, yeah, now I'll have a nice hover, a subtle hover event, not anything crazy. So let's test it out on the actual page. I don't know if it's visible to you, but if I hover over it, looks like I'm pressing the 3D button. Very nice. So yeah, there you have it. A nice little realistic 3D button, fully reusable on an actual Framer website. There you go. Now you know how to make a realistic 3D button with a minimal aesthetic for your Framer website. If you want to save yourself the time and trouble though, you can grab the component from the link down below. In addition to the light minimal version we designed together just now, you will also get a bonus dark variant. Check out Framer if you haven't already via the link down below. In my opinion, in 2026, it's the best way to set up a website and launch it. Also, if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and consider subscribing or following me depending on the platform that you're watching this video on, because I'll be posting more tutorials and videos and builds like this. In case you have any feedback or thoughts to share, do share them down below. Otherwise, if you want to get in touch with me personally, you can do that through my X account, the link for which I'll put in the description as well if you're watching this video on YouTube. That's it for today, and I'll see you in the next video.